Okay, basic qualifications that you can work on ahead of time to get into the workforce and hit the ground running. Let's start it off. I'm John Becker with Broad Prospecting, and this is things that I wish I had known coming out of high school or college that I get to tell you now. So people are going to think, "Oh my God, I need an internship, I need a job, I need whatever." Not necessarily. You don't need to have formal experience. What you can do is you can get ahead on things like using Microsoft Excel. It's the most common thing in the workforce across probably the U.S., maybe the world. Everyone uses it. Okay. People wish they didn't. People are going to say, "Oh, I don't use it that much." Fine. Well, if you know the basics, you can qualify into a hell of a lot of jobs. I would just say go organize your finances on Excel. Plan a vacation on Excel. Say, hey, here's the variable of if I have two people with me or one person or by myself. Here's how the cost layout, more money for gas, less money for gas, more money for hotels, less money for hotels, whatever it might be. Make a budget, make a vacation plan, make something in Excel. And if you want more ideas, message me. Comment in the comment down below. I will teach you Excel. I have training exercises that I've used for other people that I've helped out with this in the past. But that's super easy. Anyone can do it. Okay. Moving on from there. Second thing you can do is surprisingly a qualification, even though it's not something you need to work at. Just having a plan of how to communicate that you have reliable transportation and that you will be on time every day. Okay, that is a qualification. These days, attendance problems is a barrier for people getting hired in the workforce. So if you look like you might be, oh, I don't know, if you hesitate on that question, if they say, hey, can you be here reliably? Do you have transportation? The answer is yes. Here's what it is, and I have this method of tracking my time, waking up in the morning, whatever it might be, and I can use that here. It works. I've used it in the past for these reasons, and that answer is going to get you ahead way more than you think. Okay. Third thing you can do, if you have the time and you have the initiative to do it, I would say go start a small business of some sort. Okay. Painting is pretty easy to get into if you want to just do small jobs. Okay. Um, I would say almost anyone, maybe not anyone, but almost anyone could learn how to clean a window really well. Why? Because it takes very little investment. If you're going to do residential homes, there's always someone out there that's like, hey, sure, all the windows in my house cleaned, and I have a one level house, so it's going to be really easy for you to access it. Cool. Okay. Painting, cleaning windows. If you want to go and buy and sell something on Craigslist, that's a business. If you are buying something and reselling it at a higher cost for profit, guess what? That can be a business. All you got to do is track your costs, track your profits and your sales, and then report some taxes in. Because some companies will say, hey, do you have any record of this business actually existing? It's probably between like a $60 and $100 filing fee with the state that you live in to start a business officially on paper and some paperwork. Okay. That's all it would take. The seed money for that, you could probably bum off the side of the road, sticking your finger up and saying, need money for business. I mean, it's not going to be very hard. So you could start a business, even if it isn't a big deal. If you track your numbers for your business and you report your sales in and you actually put in the effort, you will be more qualified than I would say 90% of the people on the market. Even people that have basic experience or people who've gone through college, I would take somebody who ran their own business in high school instead of somebody out of college with no background experience in work. You can start a lawn mowing business. If your parents have a lawnmower, you could borrow, right? You could rake leaves. You could, if you're by a lake, you could help people pull all the weeds and stuff off the edge of their lake for them. Just sell that service. Say, hey, I'm going to come through once a month and I'm going to charge you $5 a month and I'm going to pull, once or twice a month, all the weeds off the front of your shoreline. I'm going to throw them in a wheelbarrow. I'm going to go dispose of them XYZ place. Whatever business you want to do, just do it. Okay. That'd be great. But most people don't have the time, don't have the initiative for that. I'm just saying it'd be great. So the fourth thing I think that you could probably do outside of Excel, outside of having a plan on how to, ingrain with people that you actually have reliability on transportation and attendance, and outside of creating your own business is, and this is maybe something people will laugh at, but if you just learn basics and say, hey, I know that there are little shortcuts in the workplace that will help me get ahead, like being able to communicate and use Outlook, the email application that everyone uses in most businesses, or some people use Google, but not that many. So if you said, hey, listen, I've learned how to use Outlook. I know these specific things about scheduling and planning. You can get a reception secretarial admin jobs surprisingly easily because people are going to say, hey, this person's at least tried. And this is something that really holds people up. When I see new employees that don't know how to go on scheduling assistant in Outlook to make a meeting, and they're kind of like fearful, like, oh, how would I do that? And they don't do it, that puts them behind, it puts me behind. And I just think to myself, oh God. And I promise you, somebody who has a job where scheduling and organizing a schedule and keeping people in line and administrating things, they're going to be looking for that in new hires. And most people just don't have that. Okay. You could do, this is one that I don't suggest you do, but you could if it popped up, door to door sales jobs where you go and you sell whatever, pest control, or I wouldn't do like the Cutco knives scams, but these jobs where you sell something and it's pretty straightforward and they'll take a lot of people to do it. People that sell solar services door to door in Minnesota, I know you get people straight out of high school or in high school doing that. Those would be good too. Why? They go on your resume, they show that you had the motive, motive the intention to go out and better yourself. It would just look good on paper. Even if it isn't like a super legitimate, professional job, just do it. It'd be very easy to do. And those are four basic things you could do to get yourself qualified. The experience you need to like jump past that very first hurdle to get in the workforce. And I highly suggest you do some of these, whether you're in high school, whether you're in college, or if you're in a job right now, you think, hey, I'm on a dead end production line job or whatever it might be. Okay, cool. Go out and get that baseline experience and then go apply for this job that you think you might like more. Just do it. You'd be surprised how far you'll get ahead with just that incremental growth difference between the next person, down the line and yourself. So thanks for tuning in here. Like, share, subscribe. Have a great day. Catch you later.